37 seconds, and we will get this thing started. So just one moment. Everybody's ready. Everybody has their proper fixings for this evening. And we're having a good conversation. Tonight we're talking about the size matter. I don't know what you're thinking. I know what you're saying. Honcho, whatever do you mean we've discussed this? Well, maybe we have and maybe we have not. Just stay tuned. And we'll be live in un momento, por favor. Oh, also, I did say, let me see if they'll let me do it now. Do y'all see a join button on the screen? Is there showing y'all a join button? Like a membership button? I'm not saying it. Just inquiring if there is one. Just a moment. So I see, let's see, we got joining us. My T still hasn't gone off. I see the lovely Miss Kate Grace. There's Heidi. Let's talk about it. Lovely Miss, let's talk about it. Good to see you. East Side. What's the motherfucking deal? The lovely Miss Bell Northside. BA from the BM. What's the motherfucking deal? Always great to see you. Michelle's here. Beyond a funny nigga, I'm just saying your name. Let's see. Interesting. Oh no. Oh, I did not just see Miss Grace drop a ski. Oh my goodness. All right, so oh my god. Jabari, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you. Great to see you. Make sure you hit that like button. And let me see something. Like I said, I was trying to do oh, this is actually kind of dope now. I need to set these as but because this will actually be great. I see they got like stream markers and stuff, so we can highlight all the very interesting points throughout the stream. That's like a moderator thing. My so-called friends ain't had no ends to lend me. All right. So y'all don't know what that is. Y'all too new school for that. Y'all over there jamming that with Rob 49 and shit. Y'all don't know nothing about that old school shit. Oh, I should have kept that folder. Anyway, so today we're talking about the size matter. And yes, my tea kettle, the electric tea kettle just went off. And so I think we got a couple of different things to talk about. So normally when you talk about the size matter, I think there is a general concept that comes to mind, right? I think that, Jenny, when you say the size matter, you're inferring a particular question, generally from the ladies, right? Now, depending on the type of lady she is, she's going to give you a certain answer or she's going to give you a different answer, right? You can determine what that means. And step this whole fucking thing. Yep. This whole fucking pot. I don't want to do that because the other one should have had some shit saved up. So I don't want to start the points all over again. Let me figure out what's going on here and we'll get it resolved one way or another. Maybe not. I'd have to fucking start fresh with it. We'll see. Because for whatever reason, it's been acting up. Give me some issues, and I don't have everything else set up, so we ain't gonna worry about the box tonight. We'll do it. I'll work on the weekend. Delta Echo Golf. Terrible. I'm not worried about that. UVA's gonna win that game. Dooku. The Blue Devils. Interesting. All right, so give me 41 seconds. I'm gonna get my tea, and then we're going to talk. So while I go get my tea, with no context to the question, I want to know, ladies, your opinion, And fellas, what do you think? Does size matter? I'm giving no further details on that question. I want you to answer it how you hear it, whatever context it comes to mind in. Does size matter? Okay. Give me 41 seconds. I'll be right back. Apologies. So there we go. Everything should be Gucci. Should be Gucci. Terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. Nobody knows what you're talking about, Michelle. You don't even know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're speaking. Duke Blue Pill, Honey Pack. The Honey Pack. No, I keep it dirty so I can keep all the flavors of all the old teas to make a super tea. That's how I do it. But anyway, um, see, see, I posted something the other day, right? And you can take this context however you want. You can get angry about it. You can be okay with it. Damn, I left the thing in there. Pause. That's not even a pause. It's just a whatever. So this is my saying: if she needs more than four, she's probably a whore. Marinate on that. Why would it be the dirty day and Shannon fucking shows up? I ain't seen Shannon in 32 years. Put a little possible TDAD and look who shows up. Cucumbers and all in hand. Good to see you, Miss Jones. Right? 335. Peace. What's the motherfucking deal? Um, if she needs more than four, she's probably a whore. And I would like someone to be able to dispute that. You can't. Cannot dispute it. Right? Un right? Not invincible. What was that? That was the fucking movie with what's his name? And now he is broken. But all right, she needs more than four, she's probably a whore. Why do you say that, Hancho? Why should you say such foul things, right? Now you gotta listen to the context of what I said, right? Right? I didn't say I didn't say if she wants more than four, she's probably a whore. Said if she needs more than four, she's probably a whore. Okay. And you're like, Hancho, why are you saying such ridiculous things? Well, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they did a survey, and I think the survey was like the average size is like 5 inches. So if the average is like five, Where are all these women coming from talking about they need 10 and a foot long and hey, sometimes I surprise myself. I don't even have any fucking papers. So again, you know what I noticed something. And I make sure I'm not in top chat, right? Make sure I'm not in top chat. Tab trapping texting, what's the motherfucking deal? Um I asked if size matters. None of the women said anything. Matter of fact, the only person I think who said anything when I asked if size matters was Beyond, right? Beyond the funny, I'm just saying your name. I'm gonna never get over that. So why is that, lady? Why did none of the women respond to the question, does size matter? Right? Because I mean, you should have an answer either way. It should be yes or no, right? And not answering is definitely answering. Oh, this is like my favorite mug, right? This is my favorite mug. Ever since I got it, um, I've been a big fan of it. Right? It's like it's large. It's a large mug, right? Makes me feel normal, right? So I really like it. And then Mario. Mario's kind of weird. Kind of I don't want to say Mario's woke, but Mario's Mario. Mario might not be woke. Mario, I don't know. Anyway, um, do they have an evil princess? Because they have like an evil Mario. They got an evil Luigi. Is there not like an evil princess? Is that because women can't be evil? Anyway, I'm just being curious. So I noticed that. I noticed that none of the women said that size matters. And by none of them addressing the fact that size matters, it absolutely means that to women, size matters. I told y'all, I might have this picture still. I don't know if I got to look at my phone. I might have a screenshot. This on the charger. But I told y'all about the woman with the bookshelf. And there's probably about, she had to have at least 5 or 6 shelves. Each shelf littered with various sizes of dildo, right? This is why I say most women are out of there. And they've done it to themselves. Like most women who are out of there. Now, I'm not saying it's not some bitches who've been around the block and back. Well, we definitely know those. But there are some women who are out of there, right? And ultimately, size does matter, right? It does. We can say we want fellas, we can talk about however we want to, but it does, right? Because just the same way a woman craves a man with a fulfilling member, right? Regardless of your member, you want to climb into a snug cavern, correct? Like you don't want to just fall. Oh, somebody help me. Hear another nigga. Hello. Send rope. I need help. Like you don't want to do that, right? So size does matter. For women, based on the choices they've made in life, some require more, right? For men, which is a very interesting thing. It's a very interesting thing, right? Men require less. I don't know too many guys who just wait, what's the motherfucking deal? Professor Trill, what's the motherfucking deal? Dog, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. She had various. Let me check the phone. If I got a phone, I'm gonna put it in the Discord because I put this shit on fucking. It might have been on fucking Instagram. If I show that shit on fucking the YouTube, they're gonna take the monetization they just gave back right away. But Master Race, what's the motherfucking deal? Oh, definitely stay away from Diddy. So again, so here's the thing: women want larger, men want more stuff. I don't know too many niggas who run around saying, "I just want to dive off into some just loose ass pond pussy," right? It exists. Don't get me wrong, it exists. Sometimes you want to what they call it, splash waterfalls. Right? It exists. But is that? I got a question. we'll do the quick poll. I ain't gonna talk too long today. I'm gonna open up the line. I know I spoke a lot earlier, and I don't plan on being on 3 hours tonight as well. 0 for no, 1 for yes. Is loose pussy still qualified to be $1 million pussy? Because the size of the cooch matters. Some of y'all need to be out there doing Kegels. You don't know what Kegels are? You better figure it out. Men and women. Men, if you are having health issues, even if you're a young man, right? Things aren't going quite the way you want. Don't go to the gas station. Don't go get the. That would give me that pill right there. Don't do that. Don't go get the dash and don't lead a honey pack. Maybe take the honey pack, right? If it's a first time, it's going down for. Look, niggas, these bitches got machines, right? Fellas, and we had an argument about this shit, right? You say it don't work no more. We had an argument. Make sure you ain't getting the fake honey packs. We had a conversation, and fellas, we've talked about it, right? And we've talked about giving championship performances on the first go round. And we've had mixed arguments about this, right? We've had very mixed arguments about, as a man in your first performance, should you give game 7 NBA championship, everything's on the line, buzzer beater, championship wood, right? Championship hardwood, Mitchell and Ness. Or should you not? Should you leave something up to interpretation, right? Like, should you leave something? You got to treat like the best. So this is what I'm saying. Lizzie just quit. Oh, Lizzo quit making music because she did it to herself. I saw that. Right? So some of you say, no, well, because here's the thing, right? Because if you're trying to impress this bitch has a robot in her fucking nightstand right next to her bed, right? And this motherfucker got 7 settings. And then it's got like settings for those settings. Okay. So my thing is, what do you do? Are you trying to have a return performance, or is it just about getting the nut? Or does it matter on the broad? Does it matter on where you're trying to put that broad on your roster? Right, Michelle. Not every woman. Some of you have 2. Depending on what side of the bed you sleep on, you don't want to be without when you roll over in the middle of the night and reach out for that late night comfort. I understand. Grace, although I am a gentleman of gentlemen, let's just say I haven't always kept the company of the most eloquent women. I have a saying around here. I love ladies. Like them hoes. I like them hoes. Oh, I don't think y'all understand. All right? I hate them bitches. But let's just say there is there's 2 categories of hoes, right? You got hoes, and you have proper hoes. I mean, real live hoes, and those are whores. You know, we have to enunciate. You have hoes and you have whores. Okay. Yeah, call me fucking Santa Claus. Um, you have hoes and you have whores. A hoe, she gonna fuck and suck, and she gonna do a little something strange, little whatever, whatever. She with the shit. She accepts her role in life. But the whore, A whore, madame, is a pro, but not a pro. Right? Like, so when I'm talking about, I'm not talking about the streetwalkers, right? I'm sure they fit in the category. They became streetwalkers because of their hoish tendencies. Um, but I'm talking about your regular everyday, and it's usually the conservative ones. It's usually the conservative ones. Like the ones who show it all out in front is really because they have no game on the back end. They really ain't working with the bitches who put it all out there. "Oh, I do this. The bitches who brag about giving the best head get the worst head, right? Yeah, sluts. I haven't implemented sluts in a while. Definite sluts, right? I don't know. 'Cause I think you can have different qualities. Like, because again, you have a bitch who just let a motherfucker, bitch. You got some dead fish sluts, you know. You got bitches who let the whole crew run through. You got bitches who just do some shit because they bored. But then you have bitches. Well, let me not even call them bitches. You have women who enjoy the act of intimate intercourse. We'll put it like that, right? We'll put it. That'll be the best way that I can phrase it, right? Yeah. Yo, you already know. See, if she bragging, doing all that shit, ladies, it works the same way for y'all as y'all say about the men. Oh, if he talking all that shit, blah 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 blah. It's the same shit. These bitches talking about my game A1, this pussy A1. Pussy trash. She a fucking eater. She probably nibble on the carrot and the onions, right? She probably get that pit bull dome. But because niggas be too afraid to say, bitch, this shit trash. And to get up and leave. Like, I have no problem taking my dick and going home. Right, at some point you gotta learn. At some point you have to understand that this ain't that and that ain't this. But yeah. You have women who have devices, right? I don't know what else to call. Think about it. Think about it, right? We're gonna go down a rabbit hole. If you're too young for this, you should. At this point, everybody who's been in the den for this long, they probably grew up. They're all adults. That's how long we've been rocking in the den. It's crazy to hear that. But this isn't for the faint of ears, right? So, like I said, sometimes you got to keep a shout out to Patrice O'Neal because Patrice O'Neal put me on game. Patrice and that the brown skin dude who used to do Dakota Brown Phillip after him. I can't think of his name right now. One. Yeah, faking that. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Especially if you ain't real nasty with the shit. Oh, it's easy to pull it off. Yeah. Oh, ski. It is very possible. It is very possible to fake ejaculate as a man. I don't think women get that shit. Ain't no such thing. The older they get, the crazier they get. So, but here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Women have devices, tools, equipment, right? Heavy machinery to help them get off. Niggas got like a sleeve or some shit. My niggas running around with dirty socks and shit, right? There's like two toys for men. Women have entire stores, right? Keeping it real time, Rod. What's the motherfucking D? Oh, good to see you, man. Yeah, women have like, and if they don't have hardware, they'll turn it into hardware. Like women, by far, look at me, by far are significantly more disgusting than men are. It's not even close. Fellas, it's not even fucking close. Okay. So when I say they have everything, they got like, they got vibrating draws, right? There's vibrating, they got the little panties they put on, got the little thing, and you give your partner the fucking, the little bleep, bloop, bleep, the remote. You figure it out from there, right? These motherfuckers have every physical phallus figure that they can find, right? From whatever to however. Bitches be having bullets and fucking what's the shit? This goddamn bitch. The rabbit. See, I just said the rabbit. And see, fellas, you can't see them because y'all don't know. But more than one woman in this chat right now has had a very explicit thought, right? Oh no, not the machine. That's what I'm saying. But women will be quick to call him, man, he's disgusting. He's the pervert. Bitch, you got robots with no faces purely for fucking. Like, at least the man shit, like, it look like something. Like, you got a whole fucking R2D2 in this motherfucker. You got a whole Johnny Five in this motherfucker that you fuck on with nobody. Like, you got to set it up and plug it up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta set it up and plug it into a wall, right? Got these machines that probably run on fucking solar power. Like, if y'all don't like, that's what I say when the robo hose first came out. Y'all know the DN was a pioneer of BBWs and robo hose. That's why I wasn't tripping because like bitches been fucking on robots for forever. Like a woman can't say nothing about it. Look at him, fucking disgusting pervert. He went and got this European standard of beauty made robo doll. Fucking piece of shit. And then the bitch turned over, like, reach in the fucking drawer and get some neon blue alien dick out and start going to fucking town with it, right? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, get the fuck out of here. Never just be saying shit, right? Women are by far significantly way worse. Way worse. T1000. Oh my God. So, so yeah, that's my thing. But the size matters. So obviously, it must, right? Because when we're talking about women, these things aren't the size of the average. What we said, what was the average? About five. I'll look it up if y'all want facts, right? Maybe the average piece is like 5 inches, something like that, right? So they don't want the average, right? Average is never good enough for them. It's fucking fly. I'm gonna get it. He's been fucking with me. You're too close to the T, my friend. Uh, Yankees throw it out too, Vay. Yeah, I'm really mad. Like I understand that is want to get the qualify for the win, but you can't qualify for the win if you don't fucking win. Anyway, we're not talking about that. Yeah, like these motherfucking things have like, and again, right? I tell you that women are worse. What I tell you about the studs all the time? They washing their shit in the fucking dishwasher. How the fuck, bitch? I'm gonna get all up in your whirlpool as soon as I get my dildo out the whirlpool. Like, bitch, what the fuck? We gonna play tag as soon as I get my shit out the Maytag. Bitch, what the fuck? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is where we are. This is what women do, right? This is what women do. Let me see something. I might grace one of these moderators with some kind of privilege. Uh, I can't trust Heidi to do it. I don't know if Trill's still in here. But so yeah, the dishwasher, right? Yeah, exactly. And that's what they don't fucking realize is like you're using this shit that goes fucking 6,500 RPMs on your fucking clitoris. Like, what do you expect me to do? Right? What do you expect me to fucking do? Like, I was only designed a certain fucking way. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to keep up with this? I'm not saying I'm not afraid of a challenge, but good grief. Like, what are you saying? Like, you know what I mean? Done. Done. And you be knowing when it's done. Like, again, if you are a connoisseur, let's just say that, right? Let's say you've had your fair share of experiences with women in your lifetime. You know, this fly's trying to get on the camera. We finna go to war. It's fucking pissing me off. You know how different women respond to different things, right? You know, I don't know. I got a game. It would be a great Talking Dirty After Dark game, but I don't know. I don't know if y'all ready for it. I don't know if we in proper Talking Dirty After Dark mode. I don't think we in proper Sunday night confession mode. But I got a game for when it's time that it's a great game. But anyway, I'm not asking for details, but a question was proposed uh, to me the other day. Women, this ain't really for y'all because y'all don't have one. It doesn't. There's no. It doesn't work for y'all. But fellas, do you have a signature move? Don't talk about what it is. Don't care about none of that. 0 for no, 1 for yes. Do you have a signature move? I think I do, but I don't know. I don't know if it's signature or not. Right? I know what works, but I don't know if it's a signature move. Right? There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. We can do some membership gifting. I may have to reset everything. I think the fucking bot did some shenanigans and tomfooleries on me. I might have to reset everything. So starting next stream we'll do that. But let me see. Let me see if it's going to let me do it. Or it's not gonna let me do it shit. You're not gonna let me do it like on the fuck. What? Let me do it on the sauce like that. I guess maybe it's still too many. Well, maybe just take a little while. We'll give it. Hopefully by the next stream everything will be working right. All right. So what? What are you talking about? Second date. You mean second cup of ice? Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, real players know you don't take the socks off. We're not talking about what the special move is. It's just, do you have one? Okay. Because it was a question that was proposed, and it was just, I'm like, I don't think I do. Don't think I have a go-to, but I'm familiar with the response that certain things do. Yeah. Anyway, so if you are a connoisseur and you have connoisseured, right? You know, you should understand the response that certain things generate in certain women. Now, if you know the type of women that you deal with, hopefully you do. Hopefully you are well acquainted, depending on, how deep of a dive we're talking about here. Then you probably have an idea of what type of history she has and why she responds or does not respond the way the way they are, right? Everybody should have a special. Is it really your signature move if it's only for the special someone? Like if it's only for then it's just kind of like it's just a move, right? It's like um it's like what if The Rock only only did the rock bottom to the Stone Cold? It would be cool, right? It would be entertaining. But you kind of look forward to seeing, the rock bottom and then the people's elbow, every match. You kind of looking forward to that, right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. For it to be a signature move, you got to do it every time. It's the only way it works, The sweet chin music. You know what I'm saying? So that's all. Like I get it. I understand. Maybe you can add like an extra little twist for the special someone. But if you got like a signature move, this is what they know me as, right? um. So let me see. Let me see. All right. Nuggetberg will let us on. Man, what? Look, Pimp said it. Pimp said it. Pimp fucking said it. Right? Oh, I think I did get a couple of things. I'll show you. Pimp said it, man. The bald head pussy ain't shit. Fuck them razor bumps, bitch. Grow some hair and get legit. I stand by that. Stand by that. I'm not saying you need to have one of them 1972 uh wolf pussies. Not saying that that necessarily needs to be the case, but you know, grown on this campus. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Make sure if I did. No, I think that's just the one I did from earlier. We talked a little bit about what's his name and Caitlin Clark the other day. We already talked about that. I feel like it was something else I was supposed to speak on that I had got before we started this. But so anyway, I'm going all the way. I'm saying all this to saying that size does matter. And the reason why size matters is because women make it so. See, if women weren't out there throwing that coochie around, like Baker Mayfield on a Sunday, take that how you want to. Intercepted. Uh, do, do, do. Um, oh, I know what I did. I wanted to show y'all a couple of things. I'm not going to talk about Diddy necessarily. Just a couple of things that frustrate me when it comes to dealing with women and talk about accountability. But first, this has nothing to do with that. If y'all ain't telling me something is up, she got the reveal a logo like Michael. Let tell me what's going on. Get the towel. Yeah, a real gentleman gets the towel. Right? That's the gentlemanly thing to do. Exemption from the topic. What is this? This is it's no exemption from the den. Class is a participation grade. Um, you can't tell me something ain't up. Remember I tell y'all about unattractive people are willing to do the most. Do you think that Oprah Winfrey considered herself very attractive back then? She's what, 70 now? So that would have to be what, 32? Did I do the math? Am I math mathing? How do you look better at 70 than you do at 32? Right? Now, again, I tell you that certain people will do certain things. You have pictures with Oprah with every man that has been allegedly in the last, you know what, couple of years. You got Oprah's having photos with them. Let me run through these things real quick. Do, 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 do. This is what we say. This is what we say. The things that we say. Y'all say we're crazy. Oh, we just like hating on women. We just, we just want to shit on women. Who in here couldn't survive with a 1 month old with $18,000 a month? What does I'm sorry, a 1 year old? Can any of you parents tell me? Any of the parents in here? Could you explain to me what expenses a 1 year old incurs that require you to have $18,000 a month? That is very interesting. Why do you think they did that, Miss Bell? If you're getting 18,000 a month, you shouldn't have a fucking kid in private daycare. What is your purpose as a mother? Right? This is what I'm saying. You can pay somebody to cook for you. You can pay somebody to watch that kid. You could pay for any and everything else for less than 18,000 a month. That kid should be Marlon's kid. Like it should be no reason she has that child. If she can't survive on $18,000 a month, she shouldn't have that child. There's no reason. No reason whatsoever. Right? Craziness. Let me do these and then let me do these. I know we all saw this. I got a question. Why is it anytime niggas do business, it always ends in the most messy fucking shit? Niggas suing each other. Their whole business is all over fucking Houston because they made a dress code. Like the dress code was the downfall of it. Like this is niggas, right? Because they made a dress code because they wanted to clean up the image of the place. Niggas made it their mission to ruin the turkey leg hut because they couldn't go there and be ratchet anymore. This is why I tell you, you got to be careful of the company you keep. One nigga can ruin everything. More than three, I will not be. Niggas made it their mission to ruin them and put all they do. He fucking with this, she doing this, they doing that. They still, and it just it's been downhill ever since they made the dress code. Up until the point they made that dress code, the business was booming. Big as one of the most popular places in the fucking city. After that shit, I said they weren't paying the employees, that they weren't because they balling like that. They can airball and still ball. Employees weren't getting paid for weeks. I think they said the chick was still texting them talking about you still need to go to work. Like, how entitled do you have to be to tell somebody that you haven't paid that they still need to go to work? Like, I can see if it was like a corporate issue or some shit, but like you the owner, like right here, right in my face, telling me I still need to go, texting me in a group chat saying I still need to go. I would never be in a group chat with coworkers. Like I get it. I understand some people do it. Teams, cool, whatever. Group chat on my fucking phone, like you try to do that shit at the fucking I block this shit. Like, ain't no way. Like I don't have a regular group chat. Why the fuck would I want to be in a group chat with my fucking coworkers? Right? Just so our boss has easy access to us. Man, kiss my black ass. You do not get access to me on my private line. You want me in a fucking group chat, you better give me a fucking work phone. Um we're not worried about it. You eventually come back with me. We're not worried about it at all. Do. A little bit more female logic for y'all, real quick. Can anybody make this make sense for me? It can't be that maybe because most women do the same shit that maybe a lot of y'all are not all that. And what I do, I don't know about y'all, but anytime I look at a woman with baby hairs, I immediately erase the baby hairs and see all the rest of the forehead. Like I don't see baby. I'm baby hair blinded at this point. All I see is forehead. Like I see real estate, right? Like I see real estate where that hair facade that might as well be a, excuse me, might as well be a fucking toupee. Same shit. It basically is. It's a lace front. It's fucking it's not like come on now. Come on now. Like and the fact that so many do it, because we know why. We gotta get into that. Like who said that this looks good? Anyway, I believe a lot of men hate women, and the only reason they actually date us is because they don't want to be gay. But I think I think some of y'all should, well, some of y'all, I guess, should try it because what the fuck? This is female logic. You look like a person who's hard to be around. Like already looks like a person that you just without even with the type and just looking, like I said, all that extra baby hair. I don't see that shit. But again, lady logic, you can't accept me at my female masculinity, then you must be, you bitch, you act like a man. I'm kind of getting far away from that fucking shit. I don't know if y'all saw this one. It's about a squatting going on lately. Again, crazy niggas killing this lovely snow queen. Um, this woman went to check on her mother's Manhattan apartment. It's been empty for months. We discovered two squatters had moved in, 19 and 16, right? I'm assuming Kinsley is the younger female. I'm assuming Hallie Tehati looks maybe worse. I could be wrong. I don't even know. But 19 and 16, so there's already some debauchery going on there, right? Where's the 16-year-old's parents? Again, it's New York. No telling what could be happening. There could be people who walk across, but who fucking knows, right? But you don't have a right to your own shit anymore. That's crazy. Stuff in a duffel bag. Yeah, let's see. That's it's wild shit. Which means that you have no remorse or concern for human life. People shouldn't have any for yours. This is why I say you gotta listen to females and very little, like not really often too much ever. So I don't know if y'all seen this, right? This is one of the chicks who was down with Diddy. Apparently was 50's ex. I didn't know this was the chick he had the kid with a while back. And he's super funny. And then all of a sudden, after he comes out and says, "Oh, you're a sex worker," now she's talking about, "Oh, he raped her 12 years ago." This is why I don't fucking listen to women. Women refuse to be fucking accountable for their actions. They'll put that bullshit on you and lie. He raped you, but then you moved to be a less than a mile away from him, so you could be near him for all the time. Like, just look. You were paid. You're being a prostitute. That's cool. You were doing what you know. That's fucking cool. Just own that shit instead of trying to put that shit on 50 or a bitch putting that on somebody else. Just accept that you were doing what the fuck you were doing and move on. Now you trying to tarnish his name because your shit going down. That sounds like bitter baby mama at the finest to me. Because he's trying to get his fucking kid. He's trying to get full custody of his kid. She fucking should, right? So all of a sudden now this is what's being said. Now you can see her in this photo. Doodly 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 doo. I don't think I got the one where she said it, right? Yeah, he needs to get the kid. Get that kid out of New York. Bring him down to Houston because 50 be in Houston repping the Astros and shit, which is crazy because they just playing the Yankees. You move a mile away in hopes of having another baby with me, but I was busy. So you moved back and then you started receiving money from Brother Love. Now here we are, a little sex worker. That's super fucking funny. He's super fucking funny. You would think so, right? You would think so. But I'm sure somebody will just say it's better for him to live with the sex worker mom, and even though she's pinning these charges, and fucking just give her child support. It's my last thing. This is my last thing right here. This is the weirdest fucking behavior from women, right? Because I don't know who they're really hating on. I don't know if they're hating on men or younger women or both, right? Because we had the video earlier with a young chick got with an older dude, got him set up, whatever. We've all been in high school, junior high maybe, and you seen the young girls, they would go with older dudes, right? When they were taking advantage of that, when they were doing that stuff, they loved it. They loved all the benefits that came with it. Once time marched on and they weren't eligible for those benefits anymore, they realized that, hey, it's always a new crop or whatever else is going on. They start getting bitter. They start getting upset. They start, I'm looking for my fucking phone, it's still over there. They start complaining. So apparently this chick, I don't know who she is, but she was on that little Kai Kids stream. I keep fucking clicking the damn thing. God damn it, my bad. She was on a little Kai Kids thing, right? So men were talking about how attractive she was, right? They were talking about it. She's attractive looking. She is legal, right? 18 is legal. I don't know how old she is. I think she's in her 20s. I think she's like 22, 23, something like that. Now all of a sudden, it's perversion for you to like a woman who is of legal age to say that she's attractive. These are the goalposts that women always try to set for men. Men don't do these kind of things. Why is that? Why do they do that? She sits here and says she's of age. Like at the point where you say she's of age, shouldn't you stop the comment? But yet you carry it on because you feel that we talk about gaslighters, we talk about narcissists. These are examples of why women are the biggest ones of all of these. Um, because you had what was it? Nobody found it weird when Gabrielle Union said her and all her friends had pictures of Jalen Hurts in the group chat, did they? A lot of you women in here in group chats talking about Jalen Hurts, right? Nobody said it was weird. Nobody said it was awkward. Nobody questioned anything with that. This is why I say there's a double standard. Women will always live on life on easy mode, uh, but still complain more than anybody. And it's unfortunate, right? It is very unfortunate that you perceive your lives to be in such a way. But it's only because of the TV and other women who lied to you. So anyway, this and then another comment was made, right? She looks like a teenager. Y'all not about to gaslight me into thinking she looks like a grown woman. One, I've told y'all this generation of people, right? I told y'all that it's this generation of people, they look different. They look younger as a whole. Like they look like undeveloped entities or whatever. The 30 plus bunch, again, and I guarantee I don't know how old this chick is, but I'm pretty sure she's probably in the 30 plus bunch because she probably has no man. Like no woman with a man that she loves and cares about is worried about any of this. These are the single alone women who have nothing going for them. Because like how do you have this much time, right? Like how do you have this much time to to care that much about what other men are thinking about some other woman? So there's that. Oh, you're talking about Stevie J, and that I think I saw that shit too. But again, so she was trending for whatever reason, and I'm pretty sure she's not trending because oh man, 'cause a lot of older dudes ain't watching fucking uh that dude streams and shit. But again, you find so again, we know you guys find her this attractive, and whether she's 21 or not, y'all weird. So she's actually legal drinking smoking age. If you were out at a bar, it would be a okay to intermingle with this young lady. But that's weird all of a sudden because she doesn't look her age. Again, gaslighting, goalpost moving, goofy. I don't understand. Y'all wonder why men say what they say these days. They deal less and less with uh, the women folk. So anyway, here's a nice topic. This nice topic is does size matter? And if size does matter, who does it matter more to? Right. Because when we're talking about size, I'm not even talking about just the genitalia, right? I'm also talking about the size of the body of the person that you're dealing with. You made a reference to BBWs. Some people like skinnier people. Big women don't want to deal with big men. Too much bumping, grinding, sweating, and flesh flapping. Not enough cheek clapping, right? Some, I don't know. Do you see skinny women with big? I mean, occasionally, right? But I think you see more one because I think women are tend to be bigger anyway. But you see more big women with dudes who are slim, right? If two big people are together, she's cheating on him. Right? I hate to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just telling y'all like we saw the thing where they asked all the big women what they wanted. These women who are all 300 plus pounds said they wouldn't date a plus size guy. Make it make sense. He's got to be into fitness. He's got to be into health. You're not into these things. Why does he have to be into these things? Why is it always a ridiculous standard? Just crazy, ridiculous fucking standards that make no sense. And then when somebody says, "Hey, the likelihood of this happening is," well, who are you to tell me? Well, you're 42 and it's never happened to you before. You probably want to stop holding out for that. You're not getting any better. You'll never know. But yeah, multiple. And this again, this is not an odd thing. This is something you see frequently. You'll have women who are out of shape saying they need men. Oh, it was that one. That one chick was like damn near 600 pounds. 600 fucking pounds. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they look, and this is not to insult the BBW. Hey, got nothing but love for the BBWs. Again, the den was built on the backs of the BBWs. Hey yo. But come on, like that's what I'm saying. Like she was what Lizzo shot at whatchamacallit, at old buddy, she was shooting at old buddy. If that would have been a man, they'd have said he was stalking, that it was weird, that it was like, you know what I mean? It's a double standard. It will never be equal. And that's why a lot of men look with disdain at certain things that women complain about, because it's just we get that there are serious matters and we respect those. But when it comes to the other stuff, it's not dismissive of women. It's just you can't play in the alternate reality, right? I don't got VR goggles. We ain't VR troopers. This ain't superhuman samurai cyber squad. We ain't going into the computer. We ain't in the virtual world, right? The virtual world is where all that stuff makes sense because that's where you see it. Because it doesn't happen in the real world. Does not happen. A lot of y'all be sharing stories with Karens and don't even know it, right? Because there are black Karens. We call them Keishas. Do 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 do. Miss you, happy feelings all over the world, from deep in my soul. Hey, we need to have. When we gonna do karaoke night, y'all? We want to do karaoke night. We need to do that again soon. See, we need to do it in the Discord though. Definitely need to do it in the Discord. I think that'll give. Oh well. That'll be entertaining. So give me a second. Let me make sure the line is open. So like I said, we're talking about size matters, right? Fellas, your interaction. So you've invited a bigger babe, right? Are there size restrictions? Are there restrictions on the size that prevent you from being able to do certain things? Is it different with a chick that you can physically manhandle in a good way? Let me go. What you talking about, man? See, you talking about beating bitches up and taking it? No, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about manhandle them in the way they like to be manhandled, because they all like to be manhandled. There's no, we don't have to. We're grown. It's after 10 p.m. on a Friday night. Um, they all like to be manhandled. So so you say 130 the sweet spot? Okay. Okay. Why is the chat not doing this thing over here? Chat must be acting up with me. Let me see. Let me check this again. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. My shoulders ain't strong as they used to be. Can't be doing all that heavy lifting. look, look, I have to use a ladder or some shit. Um, so let me put the number up. Den line 346-484-3336. You want to call into the den. You want to chop it up about tonight's topic. Any of the other additional topics of photos I may have shown. Whatever's going on in the world on a Friday night. This is the den, man. Y'all know how we do. Whatever's on your mind, it's all good and fine. Let's talk about it. Uh, oh, women are terrible people. Women are terrible people. Fellas, What's the craziest thing? Oh, I don't want to say the craziest thing, 'cause I'm pretty sure we don't want to go that far. But what's something a woman's told you that made you have to? I won't necessarily say do a double take, but make you have to think about it for a sec. A request a woman has made that has made you do it, because I know it's happened. I know it's happened, right? Because we keep there's none but players in it. I know the real players in the den, right? So I know it's happened. Um, Ladies, we know y'all ain't calling in, so I ain't even worried about it. I ain't even tripping on y'all tonight. It's Friday. I expect y'all to sit and listen and play like I would never, not in my lifetime. I'm proper a proper countess. But anyway, yeah. Oh man, yeah. Allegedly, according to you, what y'all talking about? Allegedly, what is this alleged? What I say? I'm probably sure I did say something about alleged. I don't even know. Pardon me. Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Pardon me. Friday night they throwing wigs tonight. That sounds interesting. Uh oh.
Hey, it's
What's the
Belle.
motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
It's Belle.
No.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right. So, Miss Bell, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. Running a little late tonight, but I'm here and I'm working it.
So, the topic of the conversation tonight is, does size matter?
I think
What do you
on a
think?
very individual basis it does.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the individual name, Miss Bell. Does size matter to Miss Bell?
Yeah.
What is the appropriate
Now, am I going to
size?
give you my personal preference? No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
not
yeah,
up for
yeah, yeah,
discussion.
yeah. You've already let us down the rabbit hole. You've already opened the door. At this point, you've opened the door, and so now
It
you have to
doesn't
let us
mean I
in.
can't close it with that big ass foot and
Yeah,
say,
that's
nope,
that.
I'm good with that.
That would be racist.
No, it's not. It's subjective.
I don't think so. I
I'm
mean,
not a hater.
yeah.
I mean, it's entitlement. I'm
Uh,
entitled to have some privacy.
okay. All right. So, well, let's do this then. If you were
Mm-hmm.
to be elected Speaker for all women, we
Oh,
elected
good God.
Miss Bell. What do you think the delegation of women would say is the appropriate size?
I'd say probably closer to 7.
Lucky number 7?
Yeah, I could be wrong. I mean, like I said, this is sort of where I need an exemption because I haven't in long enough that I need to be resized.
See, look. There's some things we don't forget. Some things are like riding a bike. Once
Well,
you go,
okay,
you know.
the action of, but when you haven't used the equipment in that long, there's definitely a, you know,
You,
resizing approach when it's
well,
been that long.
you just got to jump on that thing and go. Can't look. You got to go in there. Well, I wouldn't say with your big girl draws on. That's definitely not the ones you want to wear.
Yeah, and like I
But
said, it's a real thing or nothing, so I don't do the toy job.
yeah. Well, I mean, you can't be afraid. Look, you just got to
And I'm
do it.
okay with that.
It's
I
like a
mean,
to be
hey,
continued.
when it happens, it will be glorious, and until then, I'm okay.
Okay. So we were talking about devices. We were talking about
Mhm.
toys. When it comes to things like this, who do you think is worse, men or women?
Uh, Again, this is subjective. I I think if it's used as an aid or a tool or a sometime distraction, it's okay. When it becomes an addiction or an overuse, it becomes toxic.
Who do you think overuses it more, men or women?
I'd like to say men, but I'm not really sure at this point. When you said we have 2-to-1 with women to men, it made me realize that there's not really enough men to go around for all the women. It kind of changed the odds about some women using toys.
Yeah.
And that might be another reason women are so competitive. If you've got a situation where there's, one man for every woman, it's a fight for, what do they say? Fight for the fittest.
Yeah. So if it's 2-to-1 and there's fewer men, would that make men the prize?
Mm-hmm. Technically. But the choices of the gene pool also go down the older they get, too.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, unless they're absolutely in perfect health, there's going to be those issues. There's going to be, children to deal with. There's going to be baby mamas to deal with, or even if they haven't gotten married, it's like, why? If a person hasn't been in a committed relationship and they're above the age of 45, it's one thing if you were in a 5 or 6 or 7 year relationship and never got married, but if you'd never had a long-term relationship and you're close to 45, that might be an issue. But if you've spent 5 years in a relationship, it just didn't work, then it says on your resume that basically you've had a long-term relationship. It wrote its course out for whatever reason. So there are different things that people use on dating resumes that we don't always look at. Yeah, and in this day and age, women do want to test drive before they decide whether they're going to be in a long-term lease or a permanent buy with a male partner. But the thing is like you said, every time that they go and take a test drive, it lowers their rating. And I'm just repeating everything back that we've talked about over these last few years.
Yeah.
But again, it puts the competition up. If there is 2 women to every man, women are fighting for the Lion King, I guess, if you'd want to call it that.
Okay.
And so that kind of competition can make people stupid.
So my thing is this: if the numbers are saying that men are scarce, right?
Mm-hmm.
Should more women start considering polygamy?
Again, it's a very individual thing. It's not my thing, but people are doing it whether we realize it or not. I use an example of Nick Cannon having all those baby mamas and kids. Ultimately, they are sister wives. Even if they're not married, they're all going to be connected forever with kids. So subconsciously, they're already doing it, even if they're not under the same household.
So if Nick Cannon chose you to be a sister wife, would you sign up, Ms. Bell?
Hell no.
Why not? If the kid's gonna be well taken care of, you don't have to worry about anything.
Well, first of all, I'm past the age of having any more of my own, and I'm glad about that. Second of all, I've already raised mine. I'm done. It would take a tremendous person for me to get involved with if they have kids that are, under the age of 18. I busted my ass and I raised my kids technically with my husband, but with a silent partner, as they say. And I want to be selfish. I want to enjoy a person that can be semi-retired. I don't think that's too much. You know, I mean, is it the be all end all? Probably not, but that's the goal. And you can't. Most people can't help who they fall in love with. They can just choose who they want to be with. And I think that's the difference too. Is that a lot of times people get trapped because it's not love. It's the consequence of sexing up with a partner, and it makes it a lifetime commitment.
Do you think people are afraid to tell partners that they've been continuously sexing that they don't really truly want to be with them?
Honestly, I and that's not saying it's just whether or not they want to choose to believe it. I know that when I was with my partners, unconsciously I knew where I stood with them. Now, the reality of what I accepted and what I didn't was two different things. Did I want more? Some of them I did. Some of them it was, it is what it is. My husband, I couldn't shake him. He just kept coming around. So, it stuck. But, you know, and that's what I'm saying, though, is most people really know where the relationship is, and some people push harder and push people away, or they don't stay engaged enough, and the other person walks away. It's a balancing act. It's a dance. It's a relationship. Is a person in it for a dance, or are they in it for the whole kick and caboodle?
They're a really good dancer.
Was what?
And what if they're a really good dancer?
It's fun, but it doesn't make for the depth of a relationship. It just makes for a good time.
Have you ever heard of the
There's got
saying,
to be.
here for a good time, not for a long time?
Well, yeah, that's pretty much like hit it and quit it, or basically a hit it and quit it, and that happens. But like I said before, and I've said it over the years, is there is usually one or the other catches feelings, and that's where it gets messy. Because people forget that regardless, we still have feelings.
What would you say is the messiest encounter that you got stuck in behind some feelings, Ms. Bell?
I wanted it to be love, and it wasn't.
Mm.
And it just took me a really long time to get over. We were engaged, and it really wasn't love. It was just a deep appreciation for each other, and the connection I knew it wouldn't last. I loved him as a human being, but I wasn't in love with him, and it was really hard.
What helped you determine that?
I think what really made me determine it is when I woke up. When I woke up in the morning, did I think of him? When I went to bed at night, was I thinking of him? Was he the first thing on my mind at any point in time? And when I needed somebody or wanted somebody there, was he the person I thought of? And it wasn't. And it wasn't a bad thing. I mean, we remained friends for a good 5 or 6 years afterwards. We just, we went on to have different lives. And no, I never slept with him.
So you got him all the way to get engaged and didn't have to give up the goods? You should teach a course. You can teach a course.
Well, you got to remember this was quite a few years ago when it wasn't as much, upfront pushage of, men were much more gentlemen and women were much more frugal with their giving of their gifts.
Yeah.
Because you can only give that gift away once.
These hoes at Five Below. These hoes is on the discount rack. I'm telling you, look, everything else in the market running, crypto running at an all-time high. Pussy stock is at an all-time low. It won't go. It's a bad investment these
Well,
days.
that's the thing. When you get everybody giving it away, it drops the price. It's demand, quantity, and demand. If you've got all the quantity, it's going to drop the price because it's always available. As soon as it becomes scarce, it becomes more expensive.
So I got a question. It's kind of a trivia question.
Okay.
Do you know how much Trash likes to fuck for in the club?
It's been so long since I've been in a club. I honestly probably can't answer that. I'd say maybe $200.
That is incorrect. The answer is
Okay.
$40 in the club.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah. And that was some years ago. That song
That's
came out a long
lowbrow.
time ago. That song came out what, damn near a decade ago? Trash like to fuck for
Oh, that's
$40
a
in the
song.
club. Yeah, it's a song. So
Oh shit! I was thinking it was the value of what was going on in the club.
No,
well, that would explain a lot anyway.
Yeah, it's Friday.
Again, like we
You
said.
can't take me serious on a Friday.
No, but it was just like, what the fuck? But still, that's really, bargain basement prices because there's so much quantity willing to give it up. The more women close up shop and men are having a harder time and it dries up to be able to get any, it's going to cost more all the way around.
Do you think prostitution benefits or hurts society?
Both. It's the oldest and first profession on the planet, pretty much. It's the oldest profession on the planet, and it's a necessary evil. Do I condone somebody for doing it? No, because they choose their lifestyle. They have to choose their consequences. It's not my bad. I don't have to live with their consequences.
So you said that.
But on a business sense, I completely get it.
Just curious.
Hmm.
So Ms. Bella said that the women's delegation said that 7 inches is the protocol.
That's a guesstimation.
You gotta speak for your constituents.
Yeah, that's a pretty good representation.
And then and then you gotta just get back in the game. You can't be afraid, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta get in that motherfucker like Lance Armstrong after the diagnosis. You just gotta get back on that bike and ride. You just gotta go.
Yeah, but I'm particular of the bike I ride, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, you want to make sure that the bolts and screws is in place. Yeah, you don't want to be falling out in the middle of
screws is really not a good thing on any level. You asked something about the weirdest situation.
Yeah, but that don't count for y'all. Like, well, I'm sure men. Okay, go ahead. Tell me. Yeah, what's the weirdest request that you have
Actually,
ever seen?
I can't speak of it personally. However, I was bartending, and one night, and a guy had talked to this girl, and she told me afterwards. She said, "What the hell is a golden shower?" And I went, "Oh, gross." And I explained it to her, and I was just like, "You've got to be kidding me." And the guy was a bit of a creep, but it just kind of sealed the deal when he approached her with that question. Now, needless to say, she didn't take him up on the offer, and she didn't pay him any more mind after that, but that's probably the grossest thing I've heard.
So, what's the strangest request that you've ever made?
That I've ever made? I don't remember ever being that forward. Not that I'm shy, it's just that I don't ever remember being that assertive.
Well, now that you're in your soft girl era, you gotta start asserting some power when you get back in them streets. You gotta, it's your life.
Now you're expecting me to hold a whip. That's kind of what you're telling me?
I didn't say all that. If you're into the dominatrix, that's your thing.
That's one extreme. Yeah, I don't
Do
think
what
I'm
you
going
want to
there
do.
either.
But hey, I mean, people find things. You get another lease on life. You get a chance to maybe do some things differently. Hey, it might be what you're into. I'm not gonna judge you. Just not necessarily my cup of tea. But especially
Look at,
white women with whips, just brings back just flashbacks from slavery. So yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I don't play that game either. But the only thing I was really going to say to that is when you're not looking is usually when it's available to you. But if you go seeking it, all you're going to do is try keep running after it, and you'll never acquire it.
Yeah, I concur. That's how things it seems to work. When you really trying to, you put too much effort into it. It's like always like
Mhm.
that carrot on the stick. It's just right outside your grasp. But you just
Yeah.
stop giving a fuck. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
And I see too many women trying to chase that carrot and just losing the whole caboodle.
They're out there chasing the carrot. All right. What's more important, Miss Bell, the carrot or the onions?
The onions have many layers, so I'm not sure. I go for substance more than I go for anything else. It's not looks are gonna fade. You know, is that what you were going for? I'm not even sure.
Absolutely not. But I
Okay.
was going. The carrot is the Johnson. The onions are the
No,
Jenkins.
definitely taking the carrot over over the onion. Yeah.
Okay.
Good grief, I still forget how naive I am sometimes.
Yeah, that's you would think that when you step into the den arena, you take your coat of naivete, off at the door, and just always think somebody's out to get you. That's what I think. As soon as I look in the chat, somebody's
Well,
out to get me. So I
yeah,
would
that's
think the
been the
same
case,
approach.
but hopefully, I'm going to be a well prepared warrior with the rest of this going forward.
Definitely. Okay. Any other thoughts? Any other things on your mind that we may
Mm,
have to discuss, Ms. Bell?
Definitely a good Friday after dark tonight.
We'll see.
So
We'll
far,
see.
let's see who else calls in.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. All right. Well, thank you for calling in and getting the party started this evening, Ms. Bell.
Absolutely. Night, Naja.
All right. You have a good night. So, shout out to Ms. Bell for being the only lady bold enough to call in and voice her opinions. Even though it had to pride out just a bit, you know, you have some of these other hiders of comments, you know, sitting there judging on their little low horses. So there's that. Um, that was a terrible person. One of the worst. One of the so yeah. Yeah, one I do appreciate each and everybody here. We're gonna rock it out. We'll still keep rolling for a little bit longer. Um, yeah, but like I said, we're the fucking robots. And shout out to Veronica who said they just subscribed, but they probably listened to it a little bit more. Like, let me unsubscribe from this. This shit is crazy. Um tell you, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna be honest. Like when you listen to like some of these new kids like say things and you just like can't comprehend what they're saying because they're not really saying words. Like they abbreviate abbreviations. Like them niggas don't even say little anymore. It's like LU or LI. Like we like we anyway. So like talking to one of them kids, like the opposite end of the spectrum is like reading whatever the fuck Michelle be typing. Cause I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Like, I have no idea what she's talking about half the time. Like I'm wondering if like there's other people that who are just in the chat that I'm blocked from that is participating in the conversation as well. Because I don't know. I saw Shelly in here earlier trying to promote that old snapper. Yeah, put that shit up. I already know you. Size matters. You probably one of them people with the bookshelf full of deals. Product tester. Well, if you want to make sure you're on time with the stream, make sure you're the little red dot. The little red dot that says live on the screen is lit. Like, because you can be watching the live, but it'll be behind the time of the live. So just make sure that little red dot next to the word live is it's actually red. If it's not on, then you're not like on time with the stream. So yeah, I do see that too, because sometimes people be saying like one thing and then somebody saying something else, and so I'll be getting lost with y'all half the time because y'all know I'm on 2 or 3 other different topics. But anyway, I need to test something.
Stall him out now.
I just need to make sure. Could y'all hear that? Was that really loud? I didn't put the proper thing in there. But I'm gonna start working on some things. And I gotta, yeah. If y'all know, some of them y'all know. If not, yeah, like I say, we're gonna just slowly but surely get things back on track. See, my problem is I try to overdo things. I try to do too much at once and then like end up doing none of it. So what I'm saying now is I'm gonna just add one thing a day, right? Stop overthinking it. Cause I try to like do too much shit, and then when it's time to do other shit, you overexert yourself. So yeah, we're setting more reasonable standards. My thing is, it's better to do one thing a day and say you get 7 things done in a week, as far as improving the streams versus trying to do all 14 things you really want to do, and then yeah, just check them off the list, slowly but surely, one at a time. Look, blah. Yeah, Trill talking trash, but at least Miss Bell called in. You know what I mean? That was Miss Bell. Solis. Don't call them police. See, y'all talking, y'all hating. Miss Bell's the only one that stood up to have the conversation. The women in the chat ain't even texting. So one, y'all know y'all can't be hating. I know y'all can't be hating. Y'all didn't even text the answer into the chat. Miss Bell called in and she stood on business. Y'all did not. Y'all stood not on business. Y'all, whatever the opposite was, y'all stood on recreation. Because that absolutely is not business. So yeah. Yeah. So there's that. Michelle ain't gonna call in. I'm a nice person. I am the nicest person on the entire internet. Yeah. She ain't standing on business. She's standing on recreation. Right? Is this business or is this pleasure? I ain't gonna say stand on pleasure. That's a little weird. We already discussed all the oddities that she possesses in her drawers and things. Did I call you an asshole? I probably did. It was either you or Heidi. Yes, that's usually. I don't know. I don't think I called you an asshole. I might have. I'd have to go back and look at the stream. Don't take it personal. If you're taking that personal, then good grief. Put you through Denfo Gladiator Camp. This is like the Den. Like, you know what's happened to the Den? The Den is basically like what happened. Like, the Den used to be the old school Modern Warfare lobbies, right? It used to be the old first person shooter lobbies. Now the Den is like the new first person where niggas don't say nothing, nobody, you can't say shit. We done got too friendly, we done got too soft, right? This fucking fly is still hanging around. I'm gonna kick his fucking ass. I'm gonna kick his fucking ass. But yeah. No. Stop crying about 15 minutes ago? No, well, that sucks for you. But yeah, something for that. But extra salt for you. Well, I have been trying to do the carnivore thing. Like mainly they say you're supposed to eat steak with just salt. So You could say that salt is a nutrient. So yeah, say something like saltine, but I won't go there. That would be racist. And we're all friends in the den, not racist. We don't do racial stuff in the den. So there's that. Mm. Interesting. Very interesting commentary. Mm. Yeah, ass hat is very crap. Like, have you ever thought about what a literal ass hat would look like? Like, is it a hat for your ass? Or is it a hat, an ass, like that sits on your head? It's like a hat. I think the one that goes on your head is like a little bit more purposeful because the other one is not like. I mean, it seems like it would fall off a lot, and it depends. If you like BBL, it might sit up there. If you got a pancake, then and the ass hat's not going to be compatible. This is like a fitted. Oh, that's not going to work. They'll just have to give me the special ads, the limited ads. But I really would. I'm not. Let me not sit here and say that I couldn't. 'Cause if I wanted to, if I really wanted to, if that was really the content that I really want, I could sit here and be like, this is what's going on in the news tonight, and I don't like it. We need to understand all the traumas this is causing society and how this is ruining the world for the Western modern nuclear family. What are we going to do about it? And it could be all that. You know, the people will watch it for whatever reason. It might co-sign their beliefs, whatever shit they into. But I can't do it. It would not be right. See, what it is that people are not allowed to let go anymore. And we live in a world where they're continuing to close in on you more and more and more. And I know this ain't even the best platform for it. So I'm working on that as well. But they're starting to close in on you more and more and more. You know what I mean? And you should be able to speak your mind. You should be able to say the things you want to say. Right? We should be able to discuss topics openly and freely. Of course, we can't because of the people who wear hats much smaller than ass hats. Certain things that we can participate in. Degenerate behavior, not degenerate behavior. So, uh, yeah, the topic at hand is does size matter, right? So it's not even. I don't even think it has anything to do with comparing to anybody or anything like that. It's just it obviously it does, right? And again, not even in just it doesn't even have to necessarily be the physical size of the genitalia. Like I said, it could be the body size. Again, there's a belief that two big people don't bounce. You know what I'm saying? There is a multitude of different things that go into size, right? Um, I've heard women say, who was it? Who was the? Oh my God! It's one of them R&B artists, and they say they used to be a fan of him until they went and saw him in concert, and they saw him in concert, and he was holding the microphone, and it was like his hands were so small that he could barely hold onto the microphone. You know what I mean? So then they said after that, they no longer liked him and look at him real weird. I think that's a crazy thing, but does that mean size matters, right? Like, ladies, how would you feel? Would you feel any different if your man wore the same size shoe as you? Fellas, would you feel any different if your woman wore the same size shoe as you? So if you're a lady, if your man's feet were the same size as yours, as they currently are, not you going or swapping sizes, if your man's feet were the same size as yours right now, and fellas, if your lady's feet were the same size as yours right now, not you going down to her shoe size, would you feel any different about it? Right? What's your shoe size? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about your shoe size. Is that one of those limits? Is that one of those questions that's off limits? You can't talk about religion. You can't talk about politics. You can't talk about a woman's age, weight, and her shoe size. Al Bundy was the king. Okay. Al Bundy was the king. Al Bundy was one of the last of the greats, right? If Married with Children was to come on now, let's talk about something. Like a 9.5 in men. All right, well, you got some big ass feet, so I guess you're all right. So you said your wife's shoe size is smaller. So if your wife's shoe size was yours, what yours is now, uh, if your wife's shoe size was what yours is now, would you think any differently of? Like, not saying that it would even be a major thing, not saying that it was like, ugh, you just, but would you just think any differently? Like, I'm just curious as to the thought process on this, right? Because I wonder. Um, yeah, you think she looked like a clown? Okay. I mean, these are odd things. I know, very odd questions, but I think somehow, some way, they absolutely do matter for whatever reason. I don't know where the fuck I come up with these questions and why they mean something. Uh, your shoe size is the second smallest in the house. Your shoe shopping expeditions must have been great. I just had to order that shit. See, yeah, y'all know about East Bay. You know what I'm saying? And how big are your feet, Michelle? I imagine Michelle probably got some cloud hoppers. She just got some typical fucking Michael Phelps feet. Um, Swimming looking like a what's that motherfucking thing? A marlin. TD. What's the motherfucking deal? Excuse me. Excuse me. Good grief. Good grief. Well, I compared you to possibly having the stature of a world class athlete. How is that rude? Oh my goodness. Uh, a world class athlete. I said that you had the stature of a world class athlete, and you said that I'm rude. That's high praise. I think that's very high praise. And I think you're just you're just looking for a reason to play the victim. Unnecessary. What who's to say what a man is nowadays? Who's to say what a woman is nowadays? Just identify for the compliment. All right, athletes with that Delta gets it exactly. The size matter. We was talking about size matter. We were asking the women. Miss Bell was the only one who called in and kept it real. If size matters, we was asking the fellas. Does a woman First time, and again, fellas, when we're talking about body part, like I say, we're talking about body size. Do breasts matter? Does ass matter? Does the size? Is there a no go? Does a woman not having a particular feature, is that a deal breaker for you? Right. So again, size. We're talking about all kinds of various things. Right. Uh, a bigger person, big women. Do you prefer a big man or a smaller man? Could we tend to see one particular type, fellas? If you're a smaller guy, do you prefer a bigger guy? The a bigger guy, oh, terrible. A bigger girl, terrible. Pause. on that shit. But like my thing is because you tend to see what I was gonna say is you tend to see smaller guys with bigger women, right? And I think that a lot of us know somebody or are familiar with it because you've seen it somewhere. So yeah, BBLs. I, I was fucking waiting. Uh, breasts matter more than butts. Or BBLs matter. BBLs are ass. Right? I mean, just they're ass. They're ass. And anytime I see a BBL, that just goes back to me saying what I say about women. Women, if given the option, they would prefer to be prostitutes, right? Because women know that no man wants a woman with a BBL to have a long-term relationship with. You can doubt me if you want to, whatever you want to say. I don't give two shits. No man wants that, right? No man wants to deal with that. Now, you will have fun, right? You will have fun. You will enjoy the ride. Like you would get a season pass to Astroworld. You wouldn't move to Astroworld, right? Because after about a week, if you lived, imagine like living at Astroworld or even any of these things, but like living there for about a week, you probably get tired of everything. So you do everything, right? It's fun in fragments. It's fun in little bits here and there, but nobody wants that permanently, right? It's cool, you know it's fake, but it's like, oh, that bitch had a big old ass because you don't want the fake ass. You want the real deal. Like if you showed two motherfuckers, like it could be a bitch with a real ass and it was big and it was just maybe not as perfectly made round, looking like two fucking hams in that motherfucking back. It's too well sculpted. Oh, you got a bitch. She got the mass a little. It's a little. I ain't saying it's bad, but she got a little cellulite. You know. Excuse me. It's not perfected, right? Which would you prefer, fellas? Which would you prefer? I know what I would prefer, right? Give me the real deal, right? It must be jelly because jam don't shake like that. Give me the real deal. BBLs are for women to compete with other women to basically say I outdid you or I got more. The BBLs, purses, I tell you these things, these wigs, and this is not for men. Men keep telling you we want women to be as natural as possible. So what that means is instead of investing all the money in all this crazy shit that you put on, that you wear, that you have, to make yourself look fake, take that same time and effort into just enhancing your natural features. Go to the gym, maybe work on your diet. I'm not saying take some etiquette classes, but you can understand why your mannerisms are displeasing to people, right? And then you enhance yourself 1,000 times fucking over, as opposed to looking like women so goofy nowadays because they go look like everybody else and think they're standing out. You're looking like the crowd now. You just want to look like the crowd. Like you would do better looking regular and stand out than you will now with all the fully beat kits or whatever they calling that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, right? You got an Adam and Eve ad when you click the stream. That's probably suitable for this one. That's funny. Uh, that's my thing, man. That's my thing. It's like why are they doing it? Say, but once you know the size, what can you even do about it? What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, once you see she got a BBL, you're not thinking about, I want to establish a family. You already know she is a go go. If a chick got a BBL, I think that increases your chance of interacting in a positive, uh, intimate way. Like 250%. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my thought. Well, that's not your job, right? Oh yeah, don't even start on the fake stuff with the real nigga, right? Delta. Uh, they get bigger with time. Just wait. Yeah, you gotta see what's going on here. But yeah, let's see here. That was really way off. I was not expecting that. I guess I should like really after I got up. Anywho, so this is what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do. It's because you watch Heidi. You're like Heidi's worse than Drake. But I didn't watch. I don't even know what's going on. So here's what we're gonna do. You want to slide into the Discord? I may have to go take care of something here. That's what I was trying to do before the stream. But anywho, anyway, um, I definitely enjoyed hanging out with you, wonderful people today. Right, the double dose of Dinich. Um, yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to slide into the Discord. If you ain't got a Discord link at this point, goddamn, I don't know what to tell you. Slide up in the voice chat, chop it up, and then work on a couple of nonsensical things in the background. So I appreciate y'all coming through again. As always, it is my honor, it is my privilege, but more than anything, it truly is my pleasure that you allowed me to be a part of your life this evening. You know, be a part of your world. So I thank you for this. And wherever you may be, I hope that you're taking care of yourself. And we'll speak again soon, very soon. So thank y'all for joining me this evening. Make sure you follow on all the proper social medias. Den Show Live on Instagram, Den Show Live on X/Twitter. I know it says Ed Honcho HDX. You can go there as well. TheDenShow.com. Tell a friend about the Den. Den Show Shop if you want to check out some Den Show merch. I need to update that. If you want to support outside of the Dilly Dally Badilly, Honcho ENT at Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. All of them Honcho ENT for the same thing. So I appreciate you. Leg extensions, oh man. Oh yeah, them leg extension niggas is terrible. Them niggas don't be brittle ass legs. Bitches like having them short ass. So why is my son so short? But I got something to tell you. These real legs. Well, I mean, that's about tit for tat. I guess the same shit. At least you grew into the legs. Like somewhat permanent. All right, I'm gone, babe. I fuck with you. I'm gone, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all ain't got to go home. I'm implore y'all to catch me in the Discord. I'm out. Good evening to all of y'all.